Dr. Joe DeMarco, chiropractor and owner of OcraMed Health. On today's video, we're going to talk about the acromioclavicular joint, or commonly referred to as the AC joint. It's a small joint that creates a lot of big problems in the gym when it comes to pressing motions, whether it's overhead pressing, chest pressing. We're going to go over how to fix it today, okay? A couple things before we get into today's video. If you haven't done so already, pick up a copy of my new book. It's called A Fitness Carol, available at www.afitnesscarol.com. You can pick it up in paperback or in audio. Also, if you haven't done so already, take a second right now, subscribe to my channel, OcraMed Health on YouTube. Click that little bell notification. It notifies you every time I upload a new video. At the end of today's video, if you found the information helpful, I'd appreciate a thumbs up. So let's talk a little bit about the acromioclavicular joint, or what we're going to call from here on out as the AC joint, okay? The AC joint, if you bring your fingers over to the top of the shoulder, that little bony nub that you feel on top of the shoulder, that is your AC joint. If you dig around there, you can feel a little bit of a joint space in there. Some days after a heavy shoulder workout, a heavy chest workout, the next day, it may be a little tender in there. It could be a lot tender. That little AC joint a lot of times is put under a lot of stress and strain when we're doing shoulder and chest type of work. Now, the AC joint itself is just a small joint. It's what's known as a synovial joint. It's where the acromion process of the scapula meets the lateral end of the clavicle. There's a little joint capsule there, and it's just a gliding joint. It's held together and stabilized by three different ligaments. It's the area where when you hear a football player gets hit in the shoulder and they have a joint, separated shoulder, that's the AC joint, a shoulder separation. That's different from a dislocated shoulder that has to do with the glenohumeral joint. A separated shoulder has to do with the AC joint. Now, that AC joint, it's a small joint that's just gliding. You can't like move the AC joint by itself. In other words, I can't sit here and, unlike my elbow that I could say, okay, I'm going to bend my elbow now, I can't fire any muscle that actually moves the AC joint separately. The AC joint is just there. It glides as the shoulder moves, okay? It's like the sternoclavicular joint. It's the same idea. You can't move it separately, but they glide as the shoulder goes through its different motions. Now, we can get limited motion in the AC joint, and a lot of times it's for a couple different reasons. We can get arthritic changes in that little joint that starts creating that crackly, grindy type of sound as we move the shoulder right in the joint. It affects shoulder motion. The other thing also in complicating that AC joint is we can start over time building up fascial adhesion or scar tissue around the structures, the soft tissue around that AC joint, and that starts affecting our ability to move the shoulder, and it affects the ability of that AC joint to glide properly. So what we're going to go over today is we're going to go over how to free up the AC joint and the soft tissue around it by doing some fascial release work. And I'm going to show you how to do the fascial release work, and we're going to follow that up with an awesome stretch to help restore motion to the AC joint. So let's get right to it. So let's get into some fascial release work to help the AC joint. Now, the important reason to break up any scar tissue around this general area is that scar tissue can act almost like glue. It can like limit motion. It can keep this clavicle from moving freely. It can actually like almost like glue it down. And if this clavicle, for example, is not moving as we move the shoulder, it's going to put a lot of stress and strain into the AC joint, because the AC joint cannot move properly if the clavicle isn't moving properly. And that extra stress and strain that you start putting into the AC joint because of a lack of motion from all the scar tissue will accelerate can accelerate the degeneration of that AC joint. And what does that mean? That just basically means that you're going to end up with more arthritis in that AC joint at a younger age than you would if you kept this area free of fascial adhesion, of scar tissue, okay? So it's so important to break up any scar tissue in this area, keep the shoulder blade and the clavicle moving freely, and that's going to help the AC joint move freely, okay? Now, there's some key muscles that we're going to focus on that commonly will build up scar tissue, and we're going to focus on that. There's the upper part of the pec major, known as the clavicular portion of the pec major that attaches into the clavicle. Then underneath the clavicle, between the clavicle and the first rib, is a small muscle known as the subclavius muscle. A lot of times that subclavius muscle is deep in there. It can develop a lot of scar tissue, which can basically glue that clavicle in a stuck position there, so we want to break that up. And then the upper trapezius muscle is tied in here too, and that's another muscle that can build up scar tissue. So we're going to work on those muscles, and of course we're going to work around the AC joint and try to break up any adhesions that we find, okay? Now, everything we go over today, if you don't have any fascia release tools at your house, you can do everything I'm going to show you today with just, taking a couple fingers like that and use this as your fascia release tool. So I'm not going to show you how to, I'm not going to go over the work with my fingers, but everything I show you with the fascia release tools I'm going to use. If you don't have it, just use your fingers. What I'm going to use is a couple different things. This is the best way to break up the scar tissue in the areas. One is we're going to use a spiky massage ball. This is a Tai Chi ball from OcraMed Health. It's a regular size ball. These nice little spikes on the ball are a great way to dig into deep scar tissue, okay? And so we're going to use the Tai Chi ball for some of the techniques, and then we're also going to use this stainless steel instrument known as an FF5 from OcraMed Health. This is also an awesome tool for breaking up adhesions, and I'll show you how we're going to use this up in that area also, okay? So let's start with some work. If we have the Tai Chi ball, we're going to try to get underneath that clavicle. We're going to try to dig in where the clavicular portion of the pec major is, where the subclavius muscle is, and what we're going to do first is basically try to push this ball kind of in and underneath the clavicle. Start on one end, and just with as much pressure as you can take, go back and forth and push it underneath the clavicle the best you can, okay? Back and forth all the way to the midline till you hit your sternum, okay? Go all the way across. And then once you go all the way across, then go all the way back. And just go nice and slow. Like it should take you like 30 seconds to dig under the clavicle in this direction, and then 30 seconds digging back in this direction. Now, as you're digging, if you happen to come across and you're under there and you find a particular area that is a knot, a bundle of soft tissue adhesion, spend an extra 30 seconds just on that knot. Just dig for an extra 30 seconds in one spot and try to break up that knot. Okay, so we're going to go across. We're going to come back. Then we're going to do a little kind of scooping action. We're going to get this ball, try to take a couple of the spikes from the ball, push it in and underneath the clavicle, and kind of push down, like scooping in this direction, like a scooping action right at the top. So you're underneath the clavicle, and I'm just kind of doing this type of motion. I'm pushing kind of down, digging down like on this soft tissue here. Just like that. Dig down. And then once you get across, once again, dig down and go back the other way. This is a great area to break out the FF5 because this edge is perfect for getting underneath the clavicle, push it in underneath the clavicle, and then scoop down in this direction like that. This is an awesome way to break up scar tissue around the clavicle and the upper pec area, just like that. So see the scooping motion I'm making? I'm pushing in underneath the clavicle, and I'm scooping in this direction like that. So I'm basically getting to the subclavius and the upper pec area, right like that. Okay? Great. All right. So we just dug in through over there. Now we're going to get up into this upper trapezius area. So you can go back, get the ball out again, and just dig into that upper trapezius muscle basically from the AC joint. Follow it right up that trapezius muscle, back and forth, side to side, all different, just roll it up there and push down with as much pressure as you can, just like that, okay? Spend about 60 seconds on that upper trapezius muscle, pushing with as much pressure as you can. I mean, this should be all red by the time you're done, okay? And you gotta just, each time you should be able to go a little deeper, a little bit deeper. Now what you can do is you can take the ball and you can start like up in here, like the upper trapezius right about here, and push in on the upper trapezius and kind of pin it down. And as you do, tilt your head in the opposite direction and look down in the opposite direction like that. Then come back up and do that 5 to 6 times with the ball in one place. And then move the ball down about an inch. And again, kind of press in and trap that tissue. So push the ball right into that upper trapezius. And again, tilt it and look down and go about 5 or 6 times. And then go down even lower and trap the tissue with the ball. You're just pushing that ball and trapping the tissue. And each time you're turning, tilting, and looking down. And that'll help get to free up and break up any adhesions. Now that's also a great spot to use the FF5, because what you can do with this is you can actually drag the FF5 right down the trapezius muscle. And as you drag it down, you can tilt and turn away just like that. So I start here, I drag it down. As I'm dragging it down, I'm kind of turning it like this. So I'm just dragging it across the soft tissue. And as I do that, I'm going to tilt and turn away just like that. This is a great technique. As you're going down it, if there's adhesions in the trapezius, as you drag this instrument down across muscle and you're dragging it over the trapezius, you might even feel it. You can just feel this like kind of gritty sensation as you go down. And that gritty sensation is the scar tissue in there. And as you drag it down and tilt and look down, you're going to be basically just breaking down that scar tissue that's in that upper trapezius area, okay? So upper trapezius, underneath the clavicle. Now we want to kind of get in around the AC joint. And what I would do is just take the ball and just go right from the anterior delt to the side delt in the upper part, and just go all the way around, just digging around that AC joint. That AC joint's that little bumpy area. So we're just going to go right around that little bumpy area. So right all the way around, just digging around anything tight or adhesive that you can find in there, and just spend about 60 seconds just kind of going around the other direction and right around that AC joint. Make a circle around it. So you're basically going to be on like the anterior delt, your lateral delt, the posterior delt, all the way around it, and just dig that around in that area, okay? Doing that work, you should almost immediately move it around afterwards. You're going to feel a tremendous amount of release. Everything's going to just feel so much looser. You just got a ton of blood flow in there. You just broke up adhesions in there. You know, you're not going to get all the adhesions out in one session. This is something that takes time. It's a work in progress, but every other day keep working on those adhesions. And each time you do it, you're gonna notice, you know, boy, that AC joint's gonna glide much smoother. You're gonna feel probably less cracking and popping in the AC joint, and it's something that you're gonna notice it when you go to work out. Now, don't do this type of work right before you train. You want to do this work either after your workout or on an off day. We don't want to do deep fascia release work right before a chest or shoulder workout. Okay, so keep that in mind also. After you get done with this fascia release work, I want you to give this stretch a try. So the stretch I'm going to show you, I have found to be an awesome stretch for the AC joint. If your AC joint is not moving smoothly, is not moving correctly, you're going to feel it on this particular stretch. Now this stretch is also, you may have seen it, it's a good stretch for your shoulders just in general. It's a good stretch for your lats if your lats are tight. But if your AC joint is tight and it's not moving smoothly, you're going to feel it. So go easy on this. I'm going to show you 3 different ways to perform it, changing up the grips a little bit that increases the intensity. So we're going to start off with the easiest way to do it. So you're going to get down on your knees with like a bench in front of you. And I want you to take a broomstick and you're going to grip it with an underhand grip. I want the grip about shoulder width apart. My elbows are about shoulder width apart like that. I'm going to put the elbows up on the bench like this, holding the broomstick. Now, a couple things about the back. We don't want the back arch. I want you to keep that back nice and flat. And I'm going to lower my torso down, but don't lose that nice flat back position. Don't let your back start arching like that. Keep the back nice and flat. And you're going to bring the broomstick over your head like that, and we're going to drop the head and shoulders down as far as we can in this direction, okay? You're going to feel it. If that AC joint is restricted, you're going to feel it right in that. You're going to get discomfort right here. So ease into the stretch. Like just only drop down as slowly as you can, but you may feel it right in that joint as you go into this stretch if your AC joint is restricted. So I'm going to drop down and I'm going to hold it for about 30 seconds, nice and easy, and let it stretch. After about 30 seconds, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stay in the position, but I'm going to think of pressing my elbows down into the bench, and I'm going to hold it for about 15 seconds where I'm pushing my elbows down into the bench. And after 15 seconds, I'm going to relax and stretch another 30 seconds. Okay, so I'm going to get in this position. Back is flat, I'm in this position, I'm letting my shoulders and head drop down, The bar's behind me. I'm holding it for 30 seconds. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply pressure down with my elbows. I'm pushing now down into the bench. I'm going to hold that for 15 seconds as hard as I can I can push those elbows down. So push for 15 and then drop down a little lower. And again, hold for 30 more seconds, just like that. A lot of times if it is hurting in that AC joint, as the stretch continues, the discomfort will ease up on it. So just, stay with it, nice and easy, nice and steady. Now, that's with an underhand grip. That's actually the least amount of stress in there. Once that's feeling pretty comfortable, you want to use like a neutral grip. So your hands are in this position instead of like this. A lot of times what I'll do is I'll just put my hands on each side of like a yoga block, just like that. And I'll do the stretch again now in this position with more of a neutral grip. And then once that feels good, then grab the broomstick with an overhand grip. This is definitely more stress you'll feel on the AC joint as you go down in this position now. And just repeat it, same exact stretch, but now you have that type of a grip. And that actually will put a lot more stress even into the shoulder. So kind of work up to, before you do it with the overhand grip. 30-second stretch, press the elbows down for 15 seconds, relax it, and then do 30 seconds more. It can be very uncomfortable, so just try to keep breathing as you're stretching. Nice deep breaths, relax, and let the stretch do its job. It's going to take a little time, but it's a great stretch to free up that AC joint. All right, get working those techniques every other day for the next 4 to 6 weeks. This thing takes time a lot of times to break up that scar tissue to get that AC joint moving smoothly. But give it some time, give it some work. Leave me a comment in the comment section down below. I'd love to know how you're making out with this. These things can be helped. Don't let people tell you that, oh, your AC joint is, hurting, it's sore, it's not moving correctly. You better stop weightlifting. You can't bench press anymore. Block it out. Don't listen to it. I've had AC joint trouble. I've worked out over the years at different times. I've had many patients come in with AC joint problems that we've been able to work out. Age is just a number, and I stopped counting years ago. Don't listen to the negativity. These things can be worked out. You can help yourself. Best of luck to everybody. Always train hard. If you haven't done so already, take a moment right now. Visit my website, www.ocramedhealth.com. The Tai Chi ball, the FF5 that we use in today's video, everything is in stock. It's available on the website. So when you have a moment, check that out. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to my channel, OcraMed Health on YouTube. Questions about exercises or injuries, just leave me a comment in the comment section down below. I do the best I can to get back to everybody. And don't forget, OcraMed Health is here to keep you fit forever.